Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got some more DC Dual Force content for you. As always, thank you so much for the subscribes, the likes, the comments. I love to hear what you guys are thinking of this game, and if you're having fun, if you're struggling, if there's other stuff that would be helpful to cover. But for now, I'm just going through some of my favorite decks, some of the decks that I think are the best. Today, I will say we're going over a deck that I love, and when my partner got Joker before me, I will say I played a little bit on their account here and there, just because it's so fun. So we're going to be covering Joker and Zatanna today. I call it Shots and Spells. And it is definitely by far one of the most fun decks to play. It plays very differently than I feel like a lot of other decks. A lot of other players have touted that it's one of the better decks. I do think it's good. I don't know if it's great for the meta right now. And I'll give a quick kind of summary of how I see that. So I think Shazam and Ivy is kind of like the premier control deck right now. I think the premier aggro deck right now, or the go-to aggro deck, in other words, is Doomsday Flash. And then somewhere in the middle are, some of these different mid-range strategies. You've got a lot of people running Appetite for Hunger if they can, especially with Tyranny. Tyranny is definitely kind of taking up a lot of the control slots. Still think Batman's got a lot of play to him. Still think, although Might definitely could use some love, and I'm hoping we'll get that in the future because I do love my Might recruits. I still think that they played totally fine. And this deck with Joker and Zatanna, the reason I don't love it right now is because of Appetite. Really shuts the deck off, in my opinion, pretty hard. Obviously, it's not going to happen every game. And I do think the deck can burn a lot of damage and do some really crazy things, especially into decks that are playing a lot of recruits. But I just think it's in an awkward position. Two of the weaker leaders into, I would say, Doomsday Flash, from what I feel in the matchup. I don't think it plays that well into control. But we'll see. Maybe there are other Joker decks that are good. Probably going to try Joker Batgirl at some point because that was a really cool tournament deck from September. Crazy that we're almost in October now. But anyway, let me stop talking and get into the deck so y'all can see what it is, and then we're going to play some games and have a ton of fun, I feel, either way. Okay, so what are we doing? We're playing Joker Zatanna. Obviously, a lot of their interactions can happen around firepower, and you can just deal a ton of damage, get some good card advantage. You even get access to like the board wipe spell that makes a 9/1 that deals 3 damage to everything on the board. That can be incredibly important when you're playing a deck like this through Zatanna. So yeah, there's some really interesting kind of interactions and things that work really well together in this deck. Ambush Bug, I'm kind of always happy with, can clean up the board at times, especially with Joker, making things have lower health when he's shooting them. Punchline, auto include, this card's just a house. Not only is it a lethal card that, yes, can die pretty easily, cough, cough, Appetite of Hunger, but I think, obviously, when you're popping off your Pyromancies through Zatanna or your leader ability, obviously, through Joker, it's pretty incredible. Pedro, I'm trying out. I don't know that this is the best card, but to me, I feel like having a kind of like beefier bronze card that can punch pretty hard when you're playing multiple, random shots or off of your Ventriloquist, or when you're just playing random free spells off of Zatanna, it just seems like Pedro can actually help us survive a little bit in the early game and actually punch back quite a bit. Partners in Crime auto-include. Both Punch and Julie are Arkham inmates, so when Joker attacks, if you didn't know this, when he uses his leader ability, he gets an additional charge as long as you have an inmate on the board. So that's really important. That means you can just chain them every 2 turns after that. Onomatopoeia, crafted this very recently because it was from the Green Arrow set. Just a 2/2 bronze, nothing to write home about, but it's got Firepower 1. And Firepower just goes a long way in a deck like this. So just needed to have those slots. Mr. Freeze 2 gets his damage amplified, but also shuts off some of those combat-based leaders, which is exactly what we need. Timothy Hunter just always kind of does some pretty great work. mopping up the board a little bit and being a defensive body, which you definitely need to guard your 2 leaders here. Ventriloquist, oh, I can't tell you. The feeling when you jailbreak, which gets 2 inmates out of your deck, and you just go like Ventriloquist into Punchline, and then you play another inmate on top of it, it just feels like you're doing something you probably shouldn't be. And then we've got Amethyst, who generates a Crystal Blast, which does 1 damage, which can be boosted by Firepower, just like a fine kind of early game card. Energy Blast to burn them down. Jailbreak, this card is so important. I'll probably keep it in every opening hand. Just being able to get back some of our best inmates. And you don't have a ton in the deck, but being able to kind of almost rig it so that you're only going to hit Mr. Freeze, Ventriloquist, or Punchline goes quite a long way, I think. John Stewart running as a 1-of, kind of the same concept as the Flash deck, just can burn the face, and be a decent blocker. Lightning Arc, nothing I really explained there. Deadshot, obviously giving firepower. Captain Cole, just to shut out some of those, combat-based leaders. Parasite, as a 1-of, I actually have 2 now, so I'm wondering if I would like to actually, although I think Joker Toxin is cool, I'm just going to edit this right now. I just opened another Parasite. This thing just is such a house. It does so much work with firepower too. And I think it's just a really good mid-game card. We probably should be playing 2 of it. So over the random, Joker Toxin. Booster Gold again, firepower. If you haven't learned now, you know what this deck is about. Black Manta, obviously going to punch him in the face. Solstice, I like actually as a form of card advantage and a decent body. And then our top end, nothing really to write home about other than the fact that we want to burn the heck out of our opposing, player with 2 Hellblaze, Enchantress, and 2 Living Lightning. And I really liked this kind of top end package. So why don't we save this, play some games. You can tell I'm already super excited. Because although I don't think this is like one of the better decks in the format right now, or at least it needs a little bit of love, and I'm not really sure what it is. I still think it's an incredibly fun deck to play with, and I think it's totally a deck you can climb with. It's one of those decks that really punishes your opponent for not constantly pressuring you. That's kind of why it seems like it should be good into control, but Appetite for Hunger just shuts off all your synergies that you get from your Arkham inmates. So you really hate to do that. But this should be interesting. I mean, this matchup I don't mind. Just going to ship back all the rest, but I'll keep the Ventriloquist. Okay, cool. Got some early game stuff to do. I haven't played against Zatanna Ivy in a while. I just feel like I'm only seeing Shazam Ivy at the moment. So this will be interesting. And this, I will say about this deck, this is one of the decks that actually likes being on the draw, because we get the first bite at the apple when it comes to leader abilities, and tends to be pretty good. Here I'm just going to lead with Partners in Crime. I probably don't want to play out... we could lead with Ventriloquist, though, and try and get the value after Partners in Crime. I'm going to get a little greedy here. It's just going to be such a better turn if Ventriloquist lives. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. If they Deimos it or something else, it happens. But if we get a little bit of value off Partners in Crime, I'll be happy with that. Okay, well, we've got the Amethyst to answer. Unfortunate. So obviously, if they've got a Pyromancy next turn, it's bad beats, but I'm definitely going to play out my Partners in Crime for sure. No reason to slow roll it. Okay, well, Timothy Hunter is interesting too, but that's probably, we'll just do both this turn. Let's see what spell. Empowerment honestly can do quite a lot of work, letting your leader start bashing away. But also we've got Otherworldly Communication for some solid card advantage, which we're probably going to need in this matchup. I think it's close, but I think I just want to take the Otherworldly Communion. So let's just play Timothy to kill Amethyst, get our free value here. And then I think let's just go Communion and just get our actions. Great. Wow, that was a scary laugh that this thing made. Okay. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Alright. See what they can do. We've got Onomatopoeia Parasite coming in, which could be pretty nice. Deal 3 to 2 different targets. Got the Partners in Crime, which we're kind of slow rolling. I could have chosen to put one out this last turn, but kind of wanted to see what we hit off Otherworldly Communion. Okay, Ivy Plant. Sure. Let's see if they play out a free spell this turn or if they just hold on to it. Oh, and there's the Flashpoint. Okay. We're going to take some damage here from Ivy. Yep, took 5? Yeah. Okay. That's okay, though. I don't feel too poorly about that. And I think we are still just going to Parasite on Onomatopoeia to put some pressure on the board. I think that's totally fine. Oh, the only thing is these are not Arkham inmates. That's one thing you want to remember. So we've got the firepower. So honestly, and I probably should have just gone Booster Gold, which is a stronger card. Yeah, I should just Partners in Crime. This is not correct if I'm not doing it this way. Should have sequenced this a little bit differently, though. Okay, not the best. Could save a little bit of health here, though. And we're just going to hit face. Although this can absorb shots from Joker, I'm not going to waste damage on this unless it sort of incidentally happens. Well, if they've got a sweeper, it sucks, but yeah, there's the culling. Does kill their Ivy Plant, at least. But we didn't use a ton of cards to do that, so again, it's not a huge deal. Zatanna getting a free spell here would be really nice. There's Punchline. Okay. Almost assuredly play next turn. Crystal Blast, Polymorph. Polymorph doesn't do a whole lot for us. Crystal Blast with firepower does something though. The question is, how do I? So yeah, sure. Let's just play Booster Gold. I'll hold the Crystal Blast. Maybe we can make something happen next turn. If they clear this, it sucks, but then we've got Punchline to keep the firepower rolling. Pretty close game. I mean, I don't love our position. I feel like we should be a little bit more ahead in an ideal world, but oh, jeez. Booster Gold is a little scary here. See what else they have to play. But we'll see. I mean, we can have a pretty swingy turn next turn. A Punchline into Parasite. If Booster doesn't die, we have +2 firepower. But we've got Lightning Strike or Lightning Arc if we need to clear. Okay. Another Booster Gold. Wow. What a hand. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Time to start branching out.
And then Deimos. Okay. Alright. Unfortunate that they cleared, but not much we can do about that. Jeez, yeah, just all the beefy guys here. What can we do? So we could go double firepower here. I think that's a little too greedy. I think we're probably going to have to go Punchline into this, into Lightning Arc, most likely. I guess I could save her for next turn. It doesn't make that much of a difference. This is going to be hard. Let's see how these shots go. Yeah, not great. Oh, if we lightning arc here, that's not really going to be enough. I think we gotta play Parasite. Hope we hit. Okay, we did not. That is pretty bad. Okay, this... Oh, but right, we have the Crystal Blast to clear. So clear here. Definitely taking some damage, but... Alright, I mean... It's about as good as I think that turn was getting. Maybe we can keep Joker alive, but he might just die. That was a crazy turn for them. Booster Gold, activation, play demos, kill demos, play Gorilla Grodd. A lot of beefy cards. Okay. Alright. We'll take the 2-for-1 on Parasite, certainly. Oh, Giovanni. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty bad. We do have an answer, though, with Onomatopoeia and Lightning Arcs. So that's good. Alright, let's see what spell we hit. Oh, interesting. So Bilal would drop him to 3. Probably just want to summon a free card this turn. Just do what I said I was going to do. Deal 6, clear Giovanni. Deal 2, and play a demon. And pass the turn. They've got double activation, so certainly not out of the woods by any stretch, but at least we're answering what they're doing.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this one.
Oh, Timothy. Yep. Necromancy. Booster Golds. Okay. Yep. Don't love that. But Onomatopoeia living here is actually really important for us. So that's good. Just need that firepower to really take advantage. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Enchantress has got to be the play here. And then to make sure we get the full Joker value, we're going to Partners in Crime. Now we have +3 firepower. 4 damage per shot. Okay, well. Alright. Don't want to take damage from this, so I think I'm just going to go... Just go face for 4. Pass the turn. Okay. Alright, not a bad draw. Off the Enchantress. Such a cool foil art. Love that. We've got Zatanna next turn. Joker's still kicking, thankfully, so here's hoping. I mean, they'll kill Onomatopoeia for oh, not for sure. Maybe they have Pyromancy? Energy Blast to kill... No. Hellblaze? Oh, they just chose not to kill Joker. Huh. That's a little weird. Alright, well, Parasite's actually really nice. It's just gonna double clear. Wow. Okay.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this one.
Alright. Smoke and Mirrors or Invisibility. 3, 4, 5. We can just kill Zatanna here. That's got to be the play, I think. Five to each. Comes at 11. Oh, we actually don't have enough to kill the plant, but that's okay, because this 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's got to be correct. The 11/11 parasite. You love to see it. All right, even if Hellblaze is what they draw, we are not dead to that. I mean, Joker's dead to it, but oh, well, Darkseid doesn't do it until next turn. Ladama? Yeah, Ladama would do it, though. Because they played 1,000,000 booster golds. That is rather unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, well, the tables have certainly turned in the wrong direction. Oh boy. Okay, so we can John Stewart activation. I guess we could see how he hit with Joker. Because we could also just go Solstice in front. Hope we hit with Joker. And then Ambush Bug. But I guess we just want to do the shots first. It's like a little too greedy not to. See what we hit. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can't not play John Stewart, yeah. Alright. Clear Ladama. Definitely got to kill Plant. Can't afford to leave that on the board. Not with Flashpoint and other things in their deck. Alright. We've got Zatanna next turn. Very close game. Technically ahead leader-wise, but I doubt we'll get Joker to go off by the end of this game again. Firestorm in the middle. Okay. Lex is hard to get through. Yeah. Yeah, and they draw a card. Ooh, but Hellblaze might just be enough. So we hit up Zatanna. Man, if we had firepower, we'd be winning this game. Alright, so we could deal 5 to the face. 4 to this. Yeah, so 5. Okay, so it's 4 to this. This goes to 6. 5. Trade. Yeah. Okay. I think that's how that works. Right, Hellblaze. Yeah, okay. Jeez. Sorry. I'm like making sure I have lethal here. I'm like, do I have enough? Yes, the Crystal Blast is a free spell, Tim. Whew. Alright. Hellblaze, pretty good top deck there. My goodness. Wow. Really, really good game. I feel like more people are playing Lex the Recruit now, just like as a big defensive body, which makes a ton of sense into the meta right now with Doomsday running around. Wow, really close game. Not sure we definitely messed up that one turn, not just playing Booster Golds and then Punch and Julie and then activation. But I just like forget that Parasite seems like he should be an inmate to me, like in my brain, but he's not. So was not working out that way. But yeah, it's a very interesting deck. I mean, like you kind of have to like play around the randomness, and like sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. But I don't know. Having an 11/11 Parasite was pretty cool, I gotta say. All right, another control matchup. Definitely seeing a lot of control these days. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like it's not terribly good for us, but maybe I'm wrong. Kind of want more early action. Lightning Arc's not bad to keep though, to clear. So, okay, this is fine. Maybe Pedro will do some work for us. The Whitlow. It's tempting. Oh, interesting. I'll give you the Mad Hatter. That's fine. Tempted to just Energy Blast here. To not give them extra cards. I think that's probably correct. As much as I want to get Pedro on the board. Yeah. I don't love it, but I don't think I want to give a deck like more potential tools. So we know they have Mad Hatter, obviously. Definitely did not want to give them 10th Metal, and I forget what the other one was, but both I think were relatively decent. Yep, Eugene, Pedro, yep. Just really, really good early recruits. It's been super synergistic with Shazam as well. Alright, let's see if we can hit off Zatanna. We're probably going to have a big inmate's turn on our other turn. Okay, interesting. Smoke and Mirrors could be pretty sick, but we're not going to be able to do it for a little bit. Visibility would allow us to play out Ventriloquist this turn. I think Smoke and Mirrors in this matchup is probably going to be a little bit more relevant later. So why don't we play Pedro, and then Amethyst isn't going to do much. We can just get the aura off of Pedro. I think that's probably good enough. And although I can't attack and use this. So they'll probably just be able to clear Pedro here, but there's not like a ton I can do about that. And then we'll just go Ventriloquist first into Jailbreak. And as long as we don't like fully blank, we should be okay. Ambush Bug, that's nice for them. Clearing Pedro. Yeah, makes sense. And they just get to clear Amethyst for free. But then everything's kind of low, so might be able to get some lucky shots. Booster Gold, Booster Gold. Yeah, as much as I would love that, don't really have a great play with it, so I think let's just go Ventriloquist, Jailbreak, see what we hit. There we go. That's what you want to see. Just a bunch of shoot randomlies. Just a million triggers. And as much as sometimes I'd love to sit on an ability, we just should pop off the 8 damage. I mean, Lex is incredibly low. Now we can just get him in range of Lightning Arc. This is what happens if you have that kind of setup into a jailbreak hits for you. You get the firepower bonus and you get the double procs on Ventriloquist. It like sees all of the cards. It's really crazy. So pretty much have a guaranteed kill on Lex, barring any unfortunate circumstances. Okay, Deimos is good. Get to hit Punchline for sure. Run Lightning Bolts on a Ventriloquist. Yep. See if they punch me or they punch a Ventriloquist here. Flashpoint, sure. For 3. Could be worse. Now the Smoke and Mirrors is probably going to come in handy, which is nice. For like a big turn. Ooh, nice. All right, we got Black Manta as well.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this life.
Oh my goodness. And we've got Blessing, huh? Don't have an recruit, unfortunately, but we could just go. Yeah, I mean that's got to be good. We could see where. Yeah, I was gonna say we could see where the shots go, but yeah, that's probably GG, especially with our hand. We could Smoke and Mirrors our own. Um, Manta Ray, and then we've got the Lightning Bolt. I mean, I don't know that they had to concede that fast, but so interesting. I mean, I'm glad we played the games. I'll probably cut it there because I'm sure into the control matchups it takes a little bit longer. Like, if I don't get Appetite for Hunger, we're good. But when you do, the deck is way worse. So I guess upon playing a couple more games here too into those control matchups, and boy are you going to see them. If you can get those big turns where you clear some of their early bronze recruits that are good, some closing thoughts here, and you kind of keep the board clear, you're just you're chipping away at their health and stuff like that, and then you just burn them out. I mean, before the gold turn or like by the gold turn, you've got a good shot, right? Because like what this deck does with the shots and spells, I think is just, it gives you card advantage, it gives you a lot of synergy with firepower. You can do some crazy stuff, but it's not guaranteed, right? And they can hit the wrong targets. It's the randomness, but it's definitely the sort of like good random, right? Where it's like there's a way to enable it so you're not going to feel bad if certain shots miss. It's incredibly fun to play. so I do really, really recommend it. Let me know what you think of the build. I'm sure there's other cards that could probably optimize it. Not sure if I have them. I mean, Cupid could be a consideration. I didn't even think about that because I just recently crafted it. But yeah, there's some options for the deck. And like, if the meta becomes like a lot of control, which I feel like is a lot of what I'm seeing, I think everyone's saying that Shazam has just gotten some huge buffs with the last two comic cards, which I do agree with. I definitely don't disagree. Maybe this deck is good enough. Maybe we can do enough damage. Maybe it becomes more of a burn deck. I just don't love its matchup into Doomsday Flash. That's kind of why I hesitate to recommend it like solely based around having to consider that deck. But it's a ton of fun. You should play the deck if you haven't gotten to play it if you haven't gotten your hands on it. If you've been waiting for a reason to craft Joker or Zatanna or vice versa, might be the time. So I hope you guys liked it. Thanks so much for joining. I think we'll just cut it there, and I will see you next time.